And welcome back. So I'm joined now by Stan Farnsworth from PulseForge. Great to see you again, Stan.
Hi, Trevor.
All right, it's been a while. So you launched PulseForge essentially at CES earlier this year. You then followed that up with exhibiting at Apex over in San Diego. In between that, you've been looking at quite a few new innovations and methodologies for using the PulseForge technology. Bring us up to speed with what's happening.
Right, it's been a pretty impactful 6 months since CES, already not even 6 months. Mm-hmm. And what we've learned has been really helpful to help us understand how to engage and relate the soldering and thermal processing technology that we've developed. Mm-hmm. CES, of course, is amazing because it's really about products that are new and newly launched. And participating at CES put us in front of the right types of customers from the product design side and the product manufacturers, and what I'm calling sort of the apex designers who are setting the trends on establishing trends and wearables for our technology, both lifestyle and also medical wearables are a really, really big application focus for us. Automotive continues to be a big application focus for us, and then also more traditional consumer electronics. We got our start, our big production implementation years ago was making cell phone displays, and so most people have a display that was made with our tools in their pocket or in their house somewhere. So that's been it. So, but what we've learned in engaging in the SMT space since we engaged with our soldering tools at CES, and then at IPC Apex on the manufacturing side. And then we exhibited at South by Southwest in Austin in March, which is not a technology show at all, but it is very much a creative design, creative energy. When you go there, if you come to Austin in April and March. It's a great time to be there before it gets too hot. But the energy around the creative design piece is really palpable. And so the gamut between the products at CES, the manufacturing at IPC Apex, the design energy at South by Southwest, and now here in Nuremberg, back on the European manufacturing side with sustainability and the precision and the high quality engineering on the tools. It's given us this complete sort of understanding of the space. And so we continue to engage on the manufacturing side because ultimately the manufacturers will be using our tools. But increasingly now, our message is to designers that this technology that we're commercializing and have offered now in a tool form really changes the way that we think about design and being able to use different kinds of materials, different kinds of form factors. And we're encouraging designers to think outside the box because this technology enables them to push away the boundaries that have been limiting how they think about design and how they think about product innovation.
Well, I think certainly designers and OEMs are the areas you need to get to sort of get the message over about a new technology. I mean, you've got a sample here with you. I mean, just to show our viewers.
I do.
And this is basically some LEDs that are mounted on.
So this is PET polymer, really low temperature, lightweight. It's not a particularly durable polymer from an electronics manufacturing perspective. This would never survive a traditional reflow oven. But what we've done is used our tool.
I'll hold that.
Thanks. Used our tool to solder SAC 305 solder onto it. Thanks. SAC 305 solder, and so now we have. Totally turned the wrong way here.
Yeah, we can see it even through the.
Yeah, so the solder, the lighting, we can see it. You can't really see it, but the green LEDs that are soldered onto this in our process, it takes just a second or so to move through the entire solder process. But it really changes how we think about design and how wearables, like I said, when they saw this at CES and through some of our other go-to-market engagements, they've gotten really excited about it. And so the Apex designers who are setting the standards, the Apex OEMs who are setting the standards on what their product visions will look like, this is something that speaks to them and they're very excited about it.
I mean, because the key thing is that if you tried to reflow these LEDs on this in a traditional sense, it would just fry the substrate.
It would completely fry the substrate.
Yeah.
It might melt the substrate and make a big mess.
Yeah, definitely. So your photonic soldering tool that you've got is basically can reflow this in milliseconds, really.
That's right. Seconds or less.
Yeah.
We come from a space around sintering conductive inks on plastic.
Yeah.
So this is something that we've been doing for a long time,
Yeah.
10, 15 plus years. And the processing time for that is just milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
And to go from sintering a conductive ink to reflowing solder is a little bit longer. It's a few hundreds of milliseconds, up to a second.
Yeah.
But it's still a shockingly fast process, particularly in comparison to traditional reflow.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing some of the ideas that come out of these design houses the next time we meet. But
We'll keep you posted. This is moving pretty quickly now
Good,
for us.
good.
Thanks, Trevor. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Stan.
In an EMS world full of supply chain challenges, pandemics, and shifting deadlines, Global SMT TV works around the clock to keep you up to date with the latest process technologies, standards, and breaking industry news to keep you at the top of your game. Global SMT TV, bringing you one step closer to your goals.